This is a quick blog on optimizing a Facebook marketing campaign. Now, I know you've probably heard the word optimizing and wondered, what does that mean? What does optimizing even mean? You probably hear it in digital marketing, Facebook, AdWords, SEO uses that word a lot, optimizing. And that's all it means is we're going to use a combination of testing, analytics, and some common sense. Just some, practical knowledge of your industry and of your customers so we can make a campaign better. Just because it gets off to a bad start or a campaign doesn't go very well, there could be parts of it that are going very well. And that's what we want to focus on. We want to get rid of the bad parts and focus on the good parts. So this is a downloaded Facebook report. This is an ongoing campaign, so the numbers kept bouncing around. It was a whole lot easier just to download it into an Excel sheet. You can download your Facebook reports into Excel. Sometimes it can be a lot easier to combine the different reports and look at things over the long term. But what we are focused on in this blog is age. We're going to optimize by age. There's a lot of different ways to do it. In this specific blog, we're just going to focus on age, and that's how we're going to try to make this campaign better. So we've got age. This is the actual number of people that clicked. This is percentage of click through. This is the cost per click, and then the total number of people it reached. Now the first thing, we're just going to start with that first group. And the first thing we notice is this 18 to 24 group. Nobody clicked on it, and it only reached 30 people. So right off the bat, we're going to delete this. The next campaign we run, we're not even going to bother with this group of people anymore because they are just not interested in this topic at all. So why waste our money on it? The next group is the 25 to 34 group. And in this group, we did get some action. I would say it's on the low end though. That's 1.4% click-through rate. That's not a very good number. I wouldn't want to keep it where it is for the long term. And at least for what I'm selling, it wouldn't really be worth it. But I can pull this group out and try to make it better. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Next is the 35 to 44 crowd, and then the 45 plus crowd. If you notice, these are pretty good numbers. This is 2%, and this is 2.5%. That's not guru status, but those are numbers I can work with, considering it's still snowing here, and we just had a big snowstorm. So you're not going to get great numbers yet this time of year. But overall, these are numbers that I can work with. I can move forward with. So the next campaign, this is going to be the demographic that I focus on, is this 35 to 54 crowd. One thing I want to point out is in this 45 crowd, you see here with the cost that it's actually 9 cents more than the 30-ish crowd. And basically the reason is that Facebook uses a bidding process. So when you're bidding against some of these demographics, it's not that you're competing against other people in the cleaning industry, but this is a highly sought after demographic for other industries, like say Procter and Gamble for some reason. Or it could be and in financial service. I mean, that's probably a demographic that they might jump onto. So that's really pushing up these click rates. But I like that demographic also, so I have to either decide that I want to do this or I don't. And for me, it's worth it, so I'm going to stick with it. So this is the next group. We're going to pull this group out, and we're going to run the next campaign, just focus on this group. Now this last group, this is the 55 plus crowd. So this had a very low click-through percentage, which normally I would dump it then at that low, but it was only 27 cents. So at 27 cents, I'm kind of willing to roll the dice. So what I would do is I'm going to run a campaign just focused on this group, but I'm going to do a specific message towards them. So this was kind of just a broad message. This creative, this ad was a very broad, and now we want to start pulling some of these segments out and see if we can create a message just for them. So this is one that I would pull out and say, well, let me give this a try and see if I can come up with some messages and images that would appeal to this specific crowd. At 55 plus, you're probably not talking kids, so you wouldn't want to run anything kid related. Pets might be good. A lot of people over 55 have pets, so that might be something worth trying. But in general, we want to think about some kind of a message in pictures that would appeal to people in this category. And the same with this category up in here. These numbers are not great, but again, it was a broad message. So in this 25 to 35 crowd, you see the analytics that it's only 1.5%, but maybe if we create a message more geared towards the move out market or the rental market, that that might boost this a lot. Price related, if you have any kind of price related specials to give, that would probably appeal to people in this demographic. Or you might just decide that this isn't worth it for me, or this isn't a good fit for me. Nowadays, a lot of people in this demographic probably don't own homes yet. People go to college much later nowadays than say 20 or 30 years ago. So this is still people who, quite honestly, live at home, rent apartments, rent houses. So that's why I was pointing out the move out market, the rental market, and if you're interested in that demographic, I would pull them out and create a message to them. So this market, this is your single family home. And this is what I mean by being practical, is just thinking about, what is the average person like in this town that I'm running this campaign in, at this age. You're probably talking kids, 2.2 cars, white picket fence in the suburbs. And then once you know that, now we can start thinking of different messages that would appeal to this. This crowd is going to have a single family home in the suburbs, kids, pets, so that once we know that, then we can start thinking about different images, different messages. And this is basically what optimizing means, is that I'm looking at the analytics and I'm going to pull different people out based on that, but I'm still going to use common sense and I'm going to be practical about it and say, well, this 55 plus market, they may find different, they may value different things than the 25 market. And they may find different things, they may value different things than this middle 35 to 54 market. So that's what this means. So I just wanted to do a quick blog on this and point this out and show you one way to do it, and that's by age. Now there's a lot of different ways to do it. You can do it by placement. You can do it by device. So it's really pretty wide open nowadays.